trade recap, trade summary, trade journal for February 21st, 2024. Trade the pull challenge. Start with CPOP. Well, first off, today, another day. There were some pretty decent, some solid opportunities today, but unfortunately, could not capitalize on them. Once again, the good thing is that I recognize them a lot better. I'm sticking to my plans much better, or not much better, but better. Every day is typically some improvement on my trading. So, keep kind of learning from the previous days and do a little bit better. Typically each day, at least for the past couple weeks. So that's definitely a positive sign. Another positive is that the market is giving me opportunities, and I'm just, the problem is just taking advantage of those opportunities. And also just trading so much. Literally the past couple of days traded nearly all day to barely make a few bucks or a few $100. So that just tells me with the amount of trading I'm doing, I should be more in the green, because if I were to trade a quarter of the day, half the day, I feel like without those extra opportunities, I would easily be red. But okay, starting off with CPOP. Cut this bad boy. Let's see how we do CPOP. Okay, so I started recognizing this price action here, but I did not feel like it was safe to get in there. I felt like if maybe it comes up and then holds again, maybe I'll get in. But I avoided getting in here, so I missed this run up. And I thought about getting in here, but I felt like I would have to give it too much room to retest this area, and it just wasn't stock did not seem strong enough. And then we rip up. Oops. So like, okay, there's some movement here. So when it bounces off the 9 EMA, I get in. Now, the time it takes for me to load up my stupid phone, because I have to trade on my iPhone since I don't have my PC, my Windows computers, and there's no app for Mac. I'm using my iPhone to actually execute. And then by the time I logged back into the stupid app, it kind of started ripping up. And at that point, I was faced with a tough decision whether I should just let it go or get in. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and get in, because, again, it looked like movement was going to start happening. But I placed my stop like literally just below, the 9 EMA, and surely enough, it taps my stop loss and runs up. It's very frustrating. Now I tried to get back in here again, but once again it was moving too fast. And then once it got up here, I just figured I need to just let it go. Try to move on from it. So, so with this stock, one loss came because my stop was literally just pennies below, or pennies too high. And then to get back in, I just couldn't execute fast enough. Oh, and then this, I decided, no, let me try to get back in. This was I told myself I'll stop doing this, but only rely on the 9 if I see a more bullish activity. So even though the system automatically kicked me out, which I don't know why I need to, well, I do know why. I guess stock went $130 against me, about 300 shares, and it just kicked me out immediately. So I don't know. It seemed kind of fishy, but I was going to chat with Trade the Pull, see if they could reimburse me, but I'll just take the L. But even though I should have never been in this trade was just okay. This one would have been better, or yeah, maybe better, even though resistance is right here. The bullish activity was more solidified. So to grade the trade, this is about a C in terms of pattern, execution, entry. I'm gonna go with a D on the entry. Here, setup, D plus, entry, D plus, overall trade, a D. I wanted to get in here. That would have gave me a little bit more wiggle room, but I was late. So my entry was my entry was a C. It's a C. It's just the setup was a D. Overall trade, D plus, or maybe even a D, because I shouldn't really be in it. So that's CPOP. Next stock, LUNR. So I think I used the minute chart on this to get in. Can't remember, but yeah, it started breaking down below. Yeah, it was. Dang it. And it started breaking down below. Got in here, pieced out some here, pieced out here, and then got up, and it just, the bottom fell out, and man, I missed the opportunity for another $250 here, $300, because I literally was only gone for about, not too long, a few minutes. When I come back, it just told, I should have put in a profit target, but I didn't. So I left too much money on the table. Stock went, below $8. I should have just put a stop at 850 or profit target at 850 or so, but I didn't. So I had to withstand all this, which is dumb. And I thought, okay, we're gonna come back down, and then I put a profit target about 850 ish, but it never came down, and I just got out as stock confirmed above the 20, which I don't know, roughly 10 minutes after I manually exited this trade, my final piece, I realized I had such a pretty good entry. I could have just let it ride and waited for the VWAP, at least for the stock to test VWAP, and I got to remember that next time. But I was so worried about trying to just keep some kind of gain, as opposed to just letting it ride, and boy, I missed out. Oh, so yeah, well, I wouldn't say I was I was too worried about getting profit, but at the same time, typically, I do know I need to probably, the trade is done once it reclaims the 20. And just to add to that, this stupid activity around this area. So I just figured, I need to be done with it. But I did almost enter the trade, enter into another trade around here, and then I think again right here. But I just left it alone. But I gotta stop being scary because I felt like it was safe to trade this stock once it started trading below this old support level, and that could have been an easy 50 cents on 300 to 500 shares. So my bad. Setup on this was, looking back on it, man, I don't know, maybe I need to look at a 1 minute chart. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so looking back on the 1 minute chart here, it actually is not bad. It's bad. It's actually pretty good. Pretty solid entry here. Using the 20 as resistance, getting in before the flush. So entry on this particular trade is I don't know, let's see. I'm just called an entry a B on the entry, setup a B, execution C, overall trade a B. Oh yeah. No, I guess that's it. So next trade, VTYX. All right. So this stock, man, I was just waiting to enter here. I turned my head and bam, it's just too far up, not enough room to make a profit. But had I caught this early, this would have been an easy play. And then this should have been an easy short. I saw it, but I got scared, decided I'm a pass. So I decided to take the short here. Closes below the 20. I almost took it on this candle, but once I saw this, I'm like, okay, bet it's ready to go, or it's confirmed that the 20 is going to be resistance, or it's going to start trading below 20. So I got in on this candle, sat through all this, and here I don't know what exactly happened, but I basically I forgot, but it's colored for a reason. Something happened, kind of messed my order up, I think. So I think I accidentally got out, pissed me off. So I got back in here because I'm thinking trade, I'm thinking this stock is still flush, and technically I still should be in the trade. So I got back in on this candle, sat through all this BS, almost got out here, literally 2 cents away from my stop. Thought about getting out here as it briefly trades above the 20, but then it starts to fade, and I'm happy about that. I'm thinking, okay, now it's time to rock and roll, but not much movement. I get out here, second target was going to be about 455. It never hit that. Confirmed above the 20. I was ready to get out and be done with it. So that's how this stock was traded today. Missed 2 easy trades, easy ones, layups. This would have been a layup. This would have been a little bit more tricky, but too great to set up on this. It's an okay setup. I give it a C plus. Execution though, aside from this part, execution was solid. I give it a B. Would have been an A if I just never had to deal with this, or this accidentally got myself out. So followed pretty much my plan. Was out. Oh yeah, IVOA was back up for trade today. All right, so this stock, what did I do? Oh yeah, I think I traded off the 1 minute on this one. IVOA. Let me see here. Stupid. Should have never been in it. Yeah, so IOVA. I was basing this trade off of 1 minute. 1 minute chart, and I had my resistance a little bit lower here, and so in my mind it was started breaking up above $14, and I decided, okay, the 9 is using the 9 to hold, and all this price action kind of confirmed that it's a pretty strong stock. So let's go back to the picture here. So I used the 9 here, or the 9 as my guide on the 1 minute chart. I get in and get stopped out, or I take myself out the trade. I realize it's not going to run. I realized it wasn't a good trade to be in. So cut my loss really short. So that was kind of good. So set up on this on the 5 minutes, definitely a D. But on the 1 minute, which is crazy, the 1 minute looks much better. 1 minute, I would give it a C plus. So I'm giving this setup a D plus here. Entry, D. Execution, it was an A, I guess. Overall trade though was C minus, D plus. And then the breakout actually comes here. I think I forgot to change this to these are colored wrong, but I bought on the breakout. Bought stock again. Pieced out here. Something happened, I don't know, but I got stopped out here. I forget what happened here. I think I bought more shares when I meant to sell or something. Not sure, but got out there. But yeah, I should have. I don't trade breakouts as much as I used to a few years ago, but this would have been a breakout. I would have been okay taking. I'm okay taking because it's the wind up and the risk is so much smaller. I can easily get out around here, maybe buy as it breaks out around 420, risk on 14 or 13.95. That's an easy one. So setup on the breakout. Setup is a B plus. Execution on this B. I forget what happened here, so could have maybe been an A. Here's the other trade. So I missed. I wanted to buy it closer to the 20. Once again, missed it. I got in here. On the next candle, it starts bouncing around. As soon as it starts bouncing, I just realized I shouldn't be in the trade. This is not a trade, but luckily it's in the 20 held. So my saving grace a lot of times is going to be the 20 EMA and the VWAP. So it held and it kept bouncing around, and then starts to come up here, and I'm thinking, should I add or should I just stick with my small 100 shares? Which so I didn't add. I kept stuck with my 100 shares, and we partialed out 50 here, and then I somewhere over here as it started to come down. Market's about to close, but this is definitely one I should have just let ride as into aftermarket, as long as the 20 held. But I wanted originally, if I got in closer to the 20, I would have bought 200 to 300 shares. But given the time of the day or whatever, well, not the time of the day, but given just how extended it was from where I wanted to enter, and I didn't want to stress too much, 100 shares worked for me. So yeah, I was hoping for a nice power hour towards the end of the day, and I got that, luckily. But I just remember feeling like I shouldn't be in this trade shortly after I got in. I didn't want to deal with all this crap. But okay, so what did I agree this? Entry D plus setup. The setup is a C plus, execution A, overall trade was a B minus, I guess. So I think that's it. Oh yeah, here's the 1 minute. I did save it. So those are my trades, and that leaves me with a short profit of $300 on the day. That gets me to nearly 60% to my target, whatever this stuff means. So tomorrow back at it. Hopefully I can just make some good money early on and be done. I don't want to trade all day like I've been doing, but that is all.